At LHTC Broadband, we're proud to provide the communication services you need to get the most from today's technology. We're your local choice for TV, phone, and internet. We offer high-quality cable TV service with HD, multi-room DVR, on-demand, and watch TV everywhere. Plus unlimited calling, and our internet is faster than ever with speeds up to 1 gigabyte. With no contracts and local customer service, switching has never been easier. Call today, 724-593-2411, or visit lhtcbroadband.com.
How will your college experience transform you? How will you learn to make a difference in your life and the lives of others? At St. Vincent College, we attract high-achieving students who quite naturally place we ahead of me. A small college like St. Vincent gives you more access to the opportunities that will shape your future.
At St. Vincent College, we succeed together.
Together.
Discover the power of we. Learn more now at stvincent.edu.
Greetings, Westmoreland County. My name is Jessica Petrovich, and I am your Westmoreland Heritage Director and host of Heritage Happenings here on 98.7 Westmoreland Gold, 1480 WCNS, and this is gold.net, sponsored by St. Vincent College. Heritage Happenings is also available as a podcast on all of your favorite streaming services. Please check out Westmoreland Heritage at westmorelandheritage.org and on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for updates on cultural and historical events throughout Westmoreland County. On today's show, we will be talking to the Southern Alleghenies Museum of Art at Ligonier Valley about their upcoming events and exhibitions. Then we'll get all the latest information from West Overton Village and Museums about their 2021 season. Our first guest, Kristen Miller, is on call with us from the Southern Alleghenies Museum of Art at Ligonier Valley. Kristen is going to talk about Sam Ligonier's current and upcoming exhibitions, as well as some great spring events planned for later on this year. Kristen, thank you so much for being on call today.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, so by the time this episode airs, Sam Ligonier will be coming to the end of their Artists of the 21st Century exhibition. And Kristen, it's funny, I think I've told you this story before. My brother, many years ago, had a piece in this exhibition, so it's been going on for a long time. If you could take us back through this year's exhibit and then share some of your favorite moments and memories from the whole experience.
Yeah, absolutely. So Artists of the 21st Century is our student art show. We have students kindergarten through the 12th grade. They participate from schools in Westmoreland and Fayette counties. And this year we had 3 districts participate. We had Valley Schools, Ligonier, Hempfield area, and Greensburg Central Catholic. And Greensburg Central Catholic was new this year, so that was really exciting. It was an amazing exhibition that we had, with the pandemic, a lot of the schools were, not in school a lot. So that was really hard on the art teachers, but it really was a good show that we had. And we were able to safely host our art reception this year by having each school have their own hours-long reception.
Oh, that's a very good idea.
Yeah, it really went so well that they asked us to do that in the future, and it made it a lot more intimate. So I really like that they were able to, space out a little bit and have the teachers really be able to interact with the families, and that went very, very well. So I think everyone really enjoyed that experience a lot more.
Well, and I'm glad to hear, too, I've heard from so many different people that certain changes that have come about because of the pandemic actually have turned out to be pretty good ideas, like having each individual school come for their own reception. It's just great to hear that so many of those little good ideas pop out of a really difficult situation.
Absolutely, yes. And it's a good learning experience for us.
Right. And I have one more question about the student exhibition. So you had mentioned, it's really difficult because a lot of schools were not in person all the time. Did you notice a shift in the mediums that students were submitting? Was it more like photography as opposed to pottery? Were there any shifts like that, or was it pretty much the same that you usually see?
There was a shift. I mean, we had definitely more two-dimensional work, more photography, more pastel work, more acrylic, rather than the pottery. Now, we still had some pottery, which was fantastic, but definitely saw more of the two-dimensional work this year. And that was fun. It was fantastic work. I love the photography this year. The kids were extremely creative, so it was fantastic.
Well, and all of that is so accessible now to students at home. You may not have a kiln in your basement, but you probably at least have a phone of some sort or some sort of device that you can take pictures on. And, well, I'm just thrilled that this year seemed to go so well. And plans for next year, of course, this is an annual event, and we can't look into our crystal ball quite yet, but I'm looking forward to the return of a much more normal exhibition, as I'm sure you are as well.
For sure. We're all looking forward to that.
And, what exhibits are coming up next? So we're coming to the close of this Artists of the 21st Century one. What will be next at Sam Ligonier?
Yes, so our Artists of the 21st Century will close April 17th, and then our newest exhibition, which will open up April 30th, is a mother-daughter show. We have Janelle Summerfield and mother Jolene Joyner. Both artists are from Indiana County, Pennsylvania, and work primarily in oils. The works encompass their travels through Europe, the beaches of the Caribbean, rural landscapes, their love of animals, and depict the good things in life that provide relief from our chaotic world.
That's beautiful.
We all need that right now. So we have that, and then we have a secondary exhibition of Woodstock music posters and memorabilia, which is, I think, really cool. The posters are from our permanent collection. It's a donation from Mark Del Costello, his collection, so you can step back in time and reminisce of the late 60s. So you think of love beads and our bell bottoms and all the groovy times of that period.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Well, perfect timing for the mother-daughter show, of course, with Mother's Day coming up. And then Woodstock. So I suspect I have an inkling of why you may have chosen this, which this is getting ahead of myself a little bit, but would you care to talk about the significance of this Woodstock exhibition and some fun event that Sam Ligonier has planned?
Yes, we can jump ahead a little bit. It brings us to our annual garden party. We had that theme last year, which, of course, unfortunately, we couldn't hold, but it's being held over by popular demand. We're really excited. We are going to have a very groovy time here at SAMA. It's all about the flower power. We're going to ask you to get out your bell bottoms and your love beads, and we're holding our 19th annual garden party event, Woodstock, an Aquarian experience. We are really excited to host this in-person event. It's scheduled for Saturday, June 12th, sponsored in part by Somerset Trust. We have a very cool event. We're even having people to hold this safely, tie-dye masks to keep everyone safe.
Oh, so, cool. I like that.
It's really exciting. It's going to be a really different event this year. We are, so that everybody can spread out safely, we're holding it at the museum. We're going to have a really unique event. We're still having like an artist reception for Janelle and Jolene just prior, and then we're moving right into our garden party, and it's going to be kind of inside, outside. We're going to have music, silent auction items. We're going to have cool games. We're going to have artists set up outside so that our guests can interact with them, and they're going to make special art things like love beads. We're going to do pottery and even spin art. If
that's amazing.
Remember spin art from the 60s and 70s. We're going to have a henna tattoo artist come in, an authentic Woodstock grub. If you get back to the original Woodstock of, 1969, it will be like a real picnic where, they can come and sit out. Either you bring a blanket or we'll have picnic tables, and we're going to actually just have a true, authentic Woodstock experience. So we're really excited about that, and you might even see a hippie or two running around. So.
Well, what a perfect kind of kickoff to summer event, and this theme, I just kudos to the Sam Ligonier team, because that is perfect for what we need this year. So moving backwards a little bit, that was getting ahead of ourselves, but as soon as you talked about the Woodstock posters, I knew I had to ask about the garden party. So the other big event event coming up soon from Sam & Ligonier is the fashion show and purse auction. And I believe this is a new event. Has this been done before?
It hasn't here.
Okay, great.
We're really excited about this. I'm really looking forward to it. This is a special fashion show and purse auction. It's a one-woman fashion show, and it's done by a woman by the name of Bonnie Rosinski. She is from the Loretto area. She is going to discuss during the show and share basically the shapes of modern women's clothing from the 1800s through the 1990s.
Oh, how cool.
It is really neat. She highlights like the social, political, economic, and designer aspects and influences explaining the fashion trends of the 20th century. So you can watch her show while sipping a nice cup of tea and tasting delicious treats, and we'll have amazing purses to bid on from specialty shops and boutiques around the area. And while we're doing that, then you can stroll around our beautiful gardens that they are going to be bursting with signs of spring. And don't forget your hat, because we are going to have a special prize for Best of Show hat.
Oh, this is the perfect opportunity to break that out.
Yes.
Just push all the dust off from keeping it in your closet, saving it up for this event. And Kristen, what was the date for this event?
The date of that is Saturday, May 22nd at 2 p.m. So you have to make a reservation, though, because seating is limited. We want to seat everybody safely and kind of spread everything out for that.
And is there a phone number they should call, an email they should use to make a reservation?
There are several ways you can do that. You can call our museum at 724-238-6015. You can go on our official website, www.sama-art.org, or you can, that we'll have information on our Facebook page as well. So there are several ways you can get information and register.
Perfect. And I should have asked earlier for the Woodstock Garden Party event as well. I assume it's the same procedure to reserve your spot.
Correct. Absolutely. It's all that same information.
Great. Well, we have so much good coming up from Sam & Ligonier. We have this beautiful mother-daughter show showcasing their travels and giving us a little bit of color and hope during this time. Then after that is the purse and fashion show, the purse auction and fashion show. Again, that's Saturday, May 22nd at 2 p.m. Be sure to call SAMA or go to sama-art.org or their Facebook page. And then, of course, their annual garden party, which will feature Woodstock fun this year, Saturday, June 12th. Did I miss anything, Kristen?
Well, we do have a busy summer ahead. We just have a few other items very quickly here. On June 26th, we have a gentleman by the name of Denny Nerkowitz. He is a wood carver. He's going to be coming in and demonstrating and discussing wood carving. That's at 2 p.m., so that's upcoming. We also have our annual summer children's art camps. That's starting July 5th, so that's very exciting. That's coming up. You can get more information as well, same sites. Our next exhibition that's coming up starts August 13th. That's going to be a very cool one. We have Jack Mayer. He's a sculptor, and Alexis Dillon that's a photographer. That's going to be very unique, so we're really looking forward to that one as well. And then we are also hosting a very, very special event. It's called Symphony Under the Stars.
Ooh.
That is a joint fundraiser with SAMA and Ligonier Country Club. We're having Westmoreland Symphony come and play Under the Stars in September. So to be continued.
That is just everything.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing. Oh my goodness. Now I have something to look forward to in the late summer, early fall months. Wow. Yes. And I'm also so pleased to hear that your children's art camps are back for this year. Did they take place last year at all, or is this a return?
Yes, they did. We did it very safely with masks and social distancing, which we were happy to be able to do. But we're looking forward to doing some really cool and exciting things this year with the kiddos. So,
well, never a dull moment at Sam & Ligonier. And Kristen, thank you so much for sharing all of this great information with us this morning.
Oh, thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Absolutely. Yeah, this time just flew by talking about everything. So again, please check out the Southern Alleghenies Museum of Art at Ligonier Valley at sama-art.org. You can also find them on Facebook and Instagram. And if you want any more information on these amazing events, you can give them a call at 724-238-6015. This is Heritage Happenings, the show with the latest information on Westmoreland County cultural and historical events and organizations. I'm Jessica Petrovich. Thanks to our sponsor, St. Vincent College, for supporting our show today. Our next guest, Jessica Katie Barkley, is calling in from West Overton Village and Museums. Jessica is going to talk about all of the off-season prep work West Overton undergoes when they're not hosting weddings or events. And then she is going to share with us about West Overton's plans for the upcoming 2021 season. Jess, thank you so much for being on call today. And in fact, Jess is on call with us from inside the distillery at West Overton, so very special place.
It is. We are so excited about our distillery here. Alicia is actively distilling. We have whiskey coming off the still right now as I take this call.
I can almost smell it through the microphone. So, I mean, this is just kind of the perfect lead-in. You know, throughout the winter months and this early spring, and especially this past year, I know your staff is so hard at work getting the facilities prepared for the upcoming season. So if you could take our listeners through what that process has been like recently.
Sure. Everyone is really hard at work. We've got Aaron Hollis, our Director of Education, who is revamping our tours. So regular museum tours, he is making it more of an immersive experience going to our historical house and outbuildings. And then new this year is every regular tour that we do will also have a stop in the distillery. So that the distillery is going to be coming online in that sense.
Yay. So I know people have been pestering you forever about that. So I'm glad it's finally here.
We're super excited about it. Now, of course, we don't have, the tasting room won't be open yet, but at least we can start the education around what whiskey meant and means now to West Overton.
And I think people, you know, you're really trying to get across this concept that, you know, this isn't a go to West Overton and party kind of tour. This is a go to West Overton and you're actually going to learn something about this entire process. It's very, I was able to, before the whole pandemic thing happened, I was able to go in and watch the process, and it is just absolutely compelling. And to think of all the history you guys are bringing back, it's amazing.
We've got the history, but then, you know, it's so crazy because it's like science and art mushed together into this one very drinkable, wonderful product at the end. I know for Alicia, she's really gotten into the science and math behind it. It's amazing how much chemistry. I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's amazing to me because, you know, I was an art history major. So,
so anything on the other side of the brain.
Yeah. So I did terrible in the math and sciences. But, it's so great here. And I love being in this building. We can't wait to start getting life into it and bringing people in so that they can see what we're up to.
And this is, again, the perfect transition that you're offering me here. So, you know, as the weather warms up and everything's getting cleaned out and prepared, I know that people are looking forward to all of our great sites gradually reopening for public events. So do you have any special events planned on the horizon? Or are we sticking with the tours for now? What's the latest plan?
Well, I will tell you. So we have our sort of soft open for the museum starting on, May 6th. And our hours are going to be Thursday through Sunday from 10 to 6. And we have later hours so that we can incorporate the distillery as well. But as far as an event goes, we're doing a May market. And this is different from the May Mart that we've done for years. We've transitioned into a May market where we'll have vendors throughout the property, closer to the homestead and the gardens.
Oh, that'll be amazing.
Keeping in mind COVID still, that we want folks to be able to space out and feel comfortable. So that's what we're looking at. And then, let's see, we've got, Alicia, what else do we have? Mother's Day and Father's Day, I know we're going to be offering buy one, get one for the museum tours.
Oh,
so,
that'll be nice.
yeah, be on the lookout. We've got a lot of things that we're going to be trying to implement this year. We're going to be doing some member-only private events, and then we'll be doing our DIY history program. Do you remember what this is, Jessica?
The DIY history? No, take me through that.
Oh, my gosh. So we love this. We set up these stations where families can come in and they can use like really hands-on artifacts. So they can dip their own candles. They can grind their own whatevers. What are some I keep coming back to the laundry program. It is my favorite thing. We have a lineup of washing machines from like a washboard to pulley lever systems, some crazy stuff,
Oh,
right?
my gosh.
It's crazy. And you wouldn't think it's fascinating because doesn't everybody hate doing their own laundry at home, right? But you bring it here and you look at the changes through technology or changes in technology over time as demonstrated through the washing machines. It's so much fun. But we used to do that quarterly. Now we're doing it monthly. And our first one is coming up on May 30th.
Oh, perfect. And, this really, so it's funny saying, laundry isn't exactly fun. I know I personally hate doing laundry, but somehow when it's part of an exhibition that lets you look at how not fun at one time it could have been and how easy laundry is now, it makes you appreciate it a little bit more.
I was able to, being the CEO, I don't often get to engage with the visitors. And usually I have to sit up in my office and think about boring things like insurance. And we had a group of fourth graders come through a year or two ago. And it was sort of an all hands on deck day. So I had to go downstairs and help out. And I see this laundry program kick off. And I've never seen so many fourth graders excited to do laundry.
That's incredible.
And then later on in the day, I'm talking to the kids and I go, "Did you guys have fun today?" And this kid goes, he looks me dead in the eye and he goes, "Yes." And we got to touch real stuff. and that has really stuck with me. And that's probably our MO here at West Overton is how can we have a real visceral connection between our visitors and the past? Like, how do we make that connection? And we feel it's through hands-on, touch, taste, smell, see, all those senses.
And I even remember with the World War II exhibition that you guys had going on, and gosh, now 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago.
I just think 2020 should be scrapped.
Yes, that year did not exist. I think back to that, and I remember those elements of really immersing the visitor in the experience. You had mentioned Aaron earlier, and he really did an excellent job designing things to be very hands-on. I think there was a photo booth-esque area where you could take a picture. So all of these upcoming events just sound like the perfect way for visitors to really kind of take themselves back in time. And I had forgotten to ask you earlier. So May 6th is your soft opening. May 30th is the continuation of those special member events. And then what day was the May market?
The May market is on May 8th.
May 8th. Perfect.
And I do want to clarify that on May 30th, that is a DIY History Day. So that is open for regular admission.
Oh, excellent.
And,
okay.
Yeah, so you don't have to be a member to come to the DIY, but you want to be a member.
Yes.
Totally.
And what would be the process for becoming a member at West Overton, since we're on that subject?
Just go on over to the website. Our website's up, and we've cleaned up the process and made it a lot easier for people to join our membership. Or they could always call in here to the museum, and one of our wonderful staff members could help them.
Excellent. And, West Overton and all of our local sites, we rely a lot on these memberships to show support, and, all the events are great. But when you can make that kind of extra leap into a more permanent sort of support, that's always appreciated.
We look at them as friends.
Yes.
Our visitors, we love them when they're here, and they love it here too. But when you decide to become a member, it starts a relationship.
Absolutely.
And that's really what we're looking to start building with our members.
Well, Jess, is there anything else to share from West Overton as we put 2020 behind us and move forward into 2021?
I don't know. There's just so much that is coming together right now. I would say that to all the visitors all the listeners out there, come visit West Overton. Come out if you haven't been here, or even if you have been here, it's going to be different. So come out again, come see us, and then definitely become a member. Keep your eyes on West Overton. Follow us on social media. We have a lot of things up our sleeve that should be coming to fruition later this year, next year. This is going to be an exciting few years for us. We're in a high growth phase, and we are really ready to rock it, and we'll see what that means for our guests and visitors.
Yes, and you need only look to the upcoming, additional portion of the whiskey within the tours. This is just kind of the tip of the iceberg of what you all have planned. So this is an exciting time at West Overton for sure. So West Overton, again, soft opening coming up very soon, May 6th, and then they will be open Thursdays through Sundays from 10 to 6, which allows for the inclusion of the whiskey production in their tours. Then May Market is coming up May 8th, and then the DIY Day is coming up May 30th. So, Jess, thank you so much for joining us this morning via phone call.
Thank you so much for having me.
Please check out West Overton Village and Museums at westovertonvillage.org, and you can find them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. This is Heritage Happenings, the show with the latest information on Westmoreland County cultural and historical events and organizations. I'm Jessica Petrovich. Thanks to our sponsor, St. Vincent College, for supporting our show today. Before we close, we have a quick announcement to share from St. Vincent, our show's sponsor. A St. Vincent College junior has been selected for an International Opera Academy. St. Vincent College junior Justin Macedo has been accepted to attend the prestigious International Opera Academy in Bologna, Italy from July 13th through the 28th. Justin is a music performance major with minors in sacred music, mathematics, and computer science. He is a native of Murraysville, Pennsylvania, and a graduate of Franklin Regional High School. He earned admission into this prestigious academy through a competitive audition process and then was subsequently awarded a merit-based scholarship for attendance. At the Academy, Macedo will participate in master classes every day while receiving one-on-one coaching from world-class vocal coaches in the opera field and receiving vocal lessons and studying stagecraft with opera directors from around the world. The 2-week academy will wrap up with a 2-day showcase in which each student will perform arias at a 15th century palace in Bologna and at the Salibosi and the Conservatorio Giovanni Battista Martini, a college of music in Bologna established in 1804. The intensive 2-week program is taught by a faculty and staff comprised of internationally renowned vocal coaches, singers, directors, and conductors from around the globe, and annually attracts a high-achieving group of students representing nearly every continent. That's all we have time for today. Be sure to stay safe and healthy. Take some time to visit and enjoy our Westmoreland County cultural and historic sites and events. And of course, be sure to check out St. Vincent College and all of its recent accomplishments. Follow Westmoreland Heritage on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And check out all of our information on westmorelandheritage.org. This has been Jessica Petrovich, your Westmoreland Heritage Director and host for Heritage Happenings on 98.7 Westmoreland Gold, 1480 WCNS, and thisisgold.net, sponsored by St. Vincent College. Heritage Happenings is also available as a podcast on all of your favorite streaming services. Make sure to check out the 2 guests that we had on the show today, Kristen Miller from SAMA Ligonier and Jessica Katie Barkley from West Overton Village and Museums. I hope that you have enjoyed today's show. Until next time.
How will your college experience transform you? How will you learn to make a difference in your life and the lives of others? At St. Vincent College, we attract high-achieving students who quite naturally place we ahead of me. A small college like St. Vincent gives you more access to the opportunities that will shape your future.
At St. Vincent College, we succeed together.
Together.
Discover the power of we. Learn more now at stvincent.edu.
At LHTC Broadband, we're proud to provide the communication services you need to get the most from today's technology. We're your local choice for TV, phone, and internet. We offer high-quality cable TV service with HD, multi-room DVR, on-demand, and watch TV everywhere. Plus unlimited calling, and our internet is faster than ever with speeds up to 1 gigabyte. With no contracts and local customer service, switching has never been easier. Call today, 724-593-2411, or visit lhtcbroadband.com.